Ugh, international break. But don't you worry, I found some stats and stories from around the globe, admittedly mostly Europe, to at least broaden your football knowledge and provide some relief from going so low for so long on this international break. Before we go deep though, why not hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel and buckle up, big boy, cause here we go. This week's weekend spotlight goes to Christian Eriksen, whose form seems to be trending in the right direction, well, for Denmark at least, as he scored 2 scorchers this weekend, one in Denmark's stomping of Poland and one versus Armenia, which made him the top scorer for his country in this qualifying campaign. He also added 2 assists versus Poland, meaning he had a say in 3 of Denmark's 4 goals, and the final assist for Delaney's hat-trick goal versus Armenia. Now, his country is first in Group E and looking very spicy. If I could give a second spotlight out, it would have to go to Uganda, who is the 75th ranked team in the world, and they got a surprise win against the 25th ranked team Egypt in the African World Cup qualifying. These two teams actually play each other again tonight, so you'll want to keep an eye on that one, as Egypt will surely look to exact some revenge on Uganda on their turf this time. Uganda are actually the Group E leaders right now, but I predict Mo Salah and company will get the big win over their, well, sort of rivals, at least for now, in Group E. I think we all can agree that the match of this weekend was undoubtedly Spain versus Italy. At least the biggest match following France versus the Netherlands, although, with the Netherlands playing so terribly, like not even super saver man Goose Hiddink could save them at this point, it's hard to say if this match should even be considered a big matchup right now. I mean, the proof was in the pudding, and the pudding was the score in this case. So to the Bernabeu, where Spain continued their World Cup qualifier unbeaten run at home, as they still are yet to lose a single World Cup qualifier on Spanish soil. That's of course spread across 56 matches with 47 wins and 9 draws. Speaking of 56, that's where Italy's unbeaten run in qualifying matches ends, dating back to September 6th, 2006, thanks in large part to Isco, who scored his 2nd and 3rd goals in just 5 appearances this campaign. The first of which was a Christian Eriksen-esque free kick, while the other came from outside the box as well. The 2 goals contributed to the 4 that he has been involved in for Spain in his last 5 matches. There were also some notable appearances for old boys, as Andres Iniesta got his 120th cap for Spain, only the 5th Spaniard to reach that milestone. And David Villa also came in the 90th minute for the man of the match, Isco, earning Villa his 98th cap for Spain, which was his first in 1,167 days. As part of the inevitable changing of the guard in the Spanish team, Alvaro Morata came on the pitch in the 72nd minute and scored in the 77th, thanks to a pass from a seemingly out-of-place Sergio Ramos. That was Morata's 3rd goal in 4 matches, adding to his 2 assists that he also has. But back to legends quickly, as it was also a milestone day for Gigi Buffon, who made his 170th cap for Italy, though of course it didn't go exactly how he would have wanted it to. That is the most appearances ever by a European international. What a living legend. Another living legend, love him or hate him, Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a hattie against the poor Faroe Islands. Big deal, am I right? No, I'm wrong actually, it is a pretty big deal, and let me tell you why. Taking his tally to 78 goals in 145 appearances now, Ronaldo surpassed Pelé in the international scoring charts, moving into 5th all time. In Europe, he did one better, as he moved into 2nd place for the top scorer of all time for European players. The record, of course, is held by Puskas, who managed to score 84 goals in 89 appearances. Clearly, a different era. This was Ronaldo's 48th career hat-trick and his 5th for Portugal. He's the top scorer in European qualifying at the moment with 14 goals, and in the last 12 matches for Portugal, he's been involved in 18 goals. Dude needs to watch out for Andre Silva though, as he's now scored 9 goals in 15 appearances for the Portuguese national team. Whew. I think the feel-good story of the weekend though has to go to Luxembourg getting that point in France. Now France hasn't failed to beat Luxembourg since 1914. Which is crazy, especially considering how Luxembourg actually almost got the win in this match. How? Well, in the 79th minute, Luxembourg player Gerson Rodrigues hit the bar. No. So close. Ultimately, nobody could find a winner, and France and Luxembourg drew for the first time ever in history. France has 16 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw against the country whose population is just a measly 582,000 people. France's neighbors Belgium became the first European nation to qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia, as over this international break, they had 2 wins, scored 11 goals, and conceded only once. The man who scored the World Cup qualifying goal for them in a 2-1 win over Greece, Romelu Lukaku, notched his 10th goal of the campaign and extended Belgium's World Cup qualifying unbeaten run to 18 matches with 15 wins and 3 draws, dating all the way back to 2009. Before defeating Greece, Belgium played what is ultimately a formality against Gibraltar. However, we gotta give props to PSG's Thomas Meunier for being Belgian when I actually thought he was French, so congrats for duping me. No, but for real, he actually ran the show in this match, matching Lukaku's hat-trick from the right-back position and grabbing 4 assists on top of that, so he had a hand in 7 of Belgium's 9 goals. Yes, I know it's Gibraltar, but shout out to Meunier for staying sharp against all takers. So Belgium joins Russia, Brazil, Iran, Japan, and Mexico as one of just a handful of teams that have already qualified for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. It's only a year away, guys. Less than a year away, actually. England, not qualified yet, but started out this international break with a routine 4-0 win over Malta. Dare I call it a routine win. And in this win, Harry Kane scored 2 and assisted 1, and Mr. Danny Welbeck, dat boy Welbs, scored his first goal for England since March 27th, 2015, which is surprisingly only 3 caps later. Mind you, he did have that pretty bad injury a little while ago, so. But back to Kane, how funny / cruel is it that he scored twice just 1 day after August had ended? The curse is real and the world of football is bizarre. Know what else is bizarre? Slovakia scored early against England in their Monday night matchup at Wembley, before Eric Dyer scored the equalizer in the 37th minute. The 34 minutes in which England had been behind was the most amount of time that they had been behind in this qualifying campaign since their draw against Scotland. In fact, in that moment, a Spurs player had been involved in 7 of England's last 8 goals across all competitions. England's sworn enemy in football, well, besides, of course, themselves. Germany continued to cruise through their qualifying campaign with a 2-1 win over the Czech Republic and a crushing 6-0 victory over Norway. Means that their record stands at an amazing 8 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, and only 2 goals against. And how many have they scored in that time? Against Norway, Timo Werner scored twice, taking his tally to 6 goals and 2 assists for Germany in the last 5 matches across all competitions. That's decent, but Robert Lewandowski couldn't let Poland win a match, let alone play a match, without grabbing a goal for himself. He slotted an 86th minute penalty home to cap off a 3-0 win against Kazakhstan, taking his goal-scoring record across all qualifiers to 21 goals in his last 13 matches. Sorry, that was 21 goals in 13 matches. What? And finally, the United States looked pretty damn complacent against Costa Rica on Friday and suffered the consequences with a 2-0 loss, and now face the very real reality of potentially missing out on the World Cup if they can't beat Honduras tonight. Mind you, they did crush Honduras 6-0 last time they played against them, but this time they're playing in Honduras, and we all know that shit gets crazy in Honduras during CONCACAF qualifications. Los Ticos, on the other hand, just need to beat Mexico in their qualifier and they'll be qualified for the World Cup. Mexico's already qualified, so what do they care? Alright guys, that's all I've got. We survived the international break and we'll have so much more football to take in this weekend when club football returns to us. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Adrian from Rabona TV, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and other than that, I'll see you guys later.